If you saw my last video where I speculated on the fact that Matt and Colleen were broken up, then this video, being my next video, should come as no surprise to you that they have officially announced their breakup in a joint statement on Instagram. Exactly as predicted. Let's talk about the statement. We're also going to talk about a little bit of a timeline of Matt and Colleen. It's been a few seasons since we saw them on our screens. A lot of people have forgotten about why did we dislike Matt. I remember thinking that he was angry, but I don't remember why I thought that they should break up. We're going to go through that. I'm also going to be talking about the fact that we got two divorce announcements for Love is Blind this week. We have Ashley and Tyler who announced their separation on AD's podcast. There's been lots of commentators doing videos on that. Particularly, go check out Jessie Woo and Storytime with Ricky's reaction to the podcast episode. Then we got, as stated, this breakup from Colleen and Matt. And then we got a baby announcement from AD. So I'm going to be talking about all of those things. I can't decide if Chris Colleen is punching the air or if he's happy that Love is Blind has been in the news this much this week. So getting into Colleen and Matt's joint post, in case you can't read this, I have it up to the side for you. I'm going to read it. We wanted to share something personal, and this is not easy to do. But after nearly 4 years together, we've decided to end our marriage and move forward on our own paths. We've been separated for some time now and have been doing our best to work through everything privately and with care. This was an incredibly difficult decision, not one we made lightly. It came with a lot of thought, and it's been an emotional process for both of us. We met in the most unique and unexpected way, and will always be grateful for the love and memories that we shared. There's not one thing we would change, and we continue to have deep respect and care for one another. Thank you to everyone who has supported us. We kindly ask for compassion as we navigate this transition. Colleen and Matt. I hope since her name is first in the breakup post, that means that this was her idea. Her idea to break up officially, her idea to go public, her idea to make the post. Like, I'm hoping that her name being first is just some sort of indicator in that. Now, hashtag free Colleen. Okay. So my friend just called me to Gab, reality TV. Naturally, I picked up the call. So I sort of don't remember what I was saying, but what I do remember is the next thing that I wanted to go into was just Matt and Colleen's timeline of their relationship. So let's look at, first of all, let's watch them on Love is Blind. Let's start there. I'm going to show a brief clip from an episode. This wasn't the first time that Matt made me uncomfortable. The first time was when he pounded his fist on the table with Colleen, but this was the second time.
How was the little conversation with Cole at the pool party?
All I said was you're a cute guy, and in the real world, sure.
What's the real world?
In the real world, it's like I don't have, like with Cole, like I don't even know who that person is.
Already, you can see that Colleen is aware that Matt overreacts to things. She's shrinking herself in this conversation to be able to talk to him in a way that he finds acceptable. And he's the one who's still eating his meal and enjoying himself while she is sitting there on edge, nervous.
With you, I know who you are.
Yeah, but she didn't tell him that though, right?
I did.
I've been played before, all right?
His quietness, the chuckling, you can just tell that Matt's energy is palpable. And Colleen is able to feel it. And this is so early in their relationship.
I get it.
We didn't have a moment by any means.
Good, bro.
We didn't.
I'm good.
I have so much respect for Zay. And
Obviously, he doesn't.
I have so much respect for you. And I didn't know what to say during that
It's
conversation.
very easy to shut it down. It takes 2 words.
And at this point, she'd done nothing wrong. Like, going back, she had a conversation with Cole, and he's upset with her about that. He's basically upset that another person finds Colleen attractive. That's what was going on here.
That's my man. 3 words.
I
That's my
did.
man. No, you're attracted to me? Cool. I'm glad. That's my man. None of the fucking girls told me I was attractive and they were attracted to me and they wanted to be with me. And if they
No, he
did, I
didn't.
would have shut it down and said, I got my eyes on one girl. I don't give a fuck.
That's what he's really mad about. None of the girls said they were attracted to me. That's what he's really mad about. It's giving incel.
What you think about me? I got my eyes on one girl.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson motherfucker, his nose. Matt looks exactly like that one guy who wears the mask when he sings country music. What is his name? Colleen's crying. Obviously upset. Matt's still eating his food.
We have 4 weeks to get married. And for you to tell people that they're attractive people as an engaged woman, he's a cute guy, and in the real world, whatever happens, happens, right?
So what? Now she's not allowed to be honest? Now she has no vision? Now she can't see him? What?
No.
So fuck me, right?
No.
You're gonna tell me you love me and shit like that, but fuck me, right?
It's a problem that he was already using derogatory language in the relationship. I don't care what anybody says. There is like a point in your relationship where as soon as you start swearing at somebody else, and the man typically starts this, the man's typically responsible. You don't get that level of respect back. Like the first time that he calls you a bitch, it's going to happen again. The first time he starts swearing with you, you'll never get that softness back in your relationship because this is what the relationship is now. He's arguing with her the way that he would argue with. I won't even say another man because let's be honest, men like this won't step to another man. Matt does this because he's talking to Colleen, a woman.
Fighting for you.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I only have eyes for you, Matt.
For what? You got your eyes on one person. You
I
should
do.
at least.
I only
You
have
should have.
It's not like that.
Stop. This is fucking ridiculous. Bro, I'm not gonna get fucking played, Colleen.
You're done?
I might be.
No, come on.
That over that is just so ridiculous. Like, moving on to the next clip, it's a video of Matt and Colleen doing an interview together to address the harsh assumptions about their relationship. This was shortly after Love is Blind ended. And I'm just going to talk about Colleen's body language short.
What misconceptions about your relationship do you want to clear up?
I don't think, sorry, I'm taking a second. I don't, it's not it's not hard to see what the public are saying about us because we know where we are. And it's just, some of the comments are just laughable at how wrong it is or like way off the mark. They are, it's what's been hard.
That's really the crux of it. Look at how intently he's looking at her. Look at how long it took her to respond. Look at her body language. And again, how shrunk within herself she is already. When we initially met Colleen, she was like bubbly and outgoing and excited to be there. And every time she was around Matt, she was just like making herself small to be around him. And I honestly, the body language to me reads like she's walking on eggshells with every single word that she was saying. The way he's so intently looking at her, the way that he was like, you know what misconceptions you want to clear up in our relationship. We've talked about this. You want to clear up that I'm actually a nice guy. Like, it just seems like he's so short-tempered with her. He has such expectations of her. He wants her to lie, basically, for his appearance. That's what I was getting from their relationship. So that concerned me. Okay. It wasn't just how he treated her on the show, it was how he acted at interviews. I still remember their body language at the reunion was unsettling. Now, the last thing I'm going to show about Colleen and Matt is the recent interview that Colleen did, which is where I really knew, okay, I think that things are over. So in this interview with Us Weekly, Colleen is asked about the future of their relationship, and she says, I feel like wherever the wind takes us at the moment, nothing is really holding us down. So just kind of exploring our own careers. We love Dallas. We're still really young. I mean, I turned 30 this year, so still very young and going where the wind takes us. As soon as I read that, I'm like, she's done with him. She's emphasizing how young she is. She's emphasizing their independence. She's emphasizing that they're going to go where the wind takes them, very vague, not promising that they're going to be having children anytime soon or anything like that, or any recommitment ceremony to their vows. So it's just, and he was missing from her social media presence. The writing has been on the wall for a while now. So that's the first divorce announcement. As stated, Ashley announced her separation from Tyler. She announced it on the podcast with AD, which was dropping the same day that her divorce was being finalized. There's been back and forth on social media. Tyler made a claim that he was waiting for a podcast, no matter how big or how small, to reach out to him so that he could share his side of the story. We'll see if that comes to fruition. I'm going to be honest. I think that the best thing for Tyler to do would just be like, open up your phone and let somebody read through it then. Like, I don't know that how he explains things will feel forthcoming at all, regardless. I think that there would literally need to be a timeline there, or almost the videos up of, for example, Bri and her series that she made where she talked about the reality of their relationship, or Bri's ex and what she said about the relationship. I think those things would have to be almost brought into the interview, shown, paused, and asked questions, the way that happens at like a Bravo reunion where Andy shows tape that was never found or tape that was found to corroborate what somebody else is saying. Now let's get into AD's pregnancy announcement. But before we do that, we need to talk about the timeline for AD and Olly's relationship, okay? Because I am having a hard time keeping up. It's a lot of information. And before this season of Perfect Match has dropped, I'm like, what could be the reason that Perfect Match is allowing all of this information to come out before the season? And I have a couple of thoughts on that, which I'll get into in the back half. But let's start at how we found out that AD and Olly were together. Now, from my understanding, correct me in the comments, but their first post together was on her podcast episode. It was March 9th. It was announcing the fact that they were engaged. Like, she's like, it's bring your fiance to work day. However, I don't think we knew at that point that they had gotten engaged. And if we did know, it must have been living somewhere on social media stories, because the first post of them sharing their engagement with us was the next day on March 10th, where we got to see the engagement, the ring, all of the details. And like I said, this was March 10th. And the caption is, "This is how you do a hard launch." So this is when we find out about their relationship. We see the video of the proposal. We see what Olly did for her on the beach, which love, by the way. The next photo, March 11th, promoting AD's podcast, saying that he had a blast talking to them. Really their first interview as a couple. Okay. Now let's fast forward just a bit to yesterday. Yesterday, what is it? May 25th. How you changed my world, you'll never know, is the caption from AD. The two of them holding hands, walking in a valley. At first, I thought that this was more on their engagement shoot. But then, ooh, little look back. Okay. Also, she looks stunning. She looks stunning. The dress, the ring, this is so beautiful. They're expecting, OMG, So we got a hard launch of their relationship with their engagement. We then got the hard launch that they're pregnant. All of this before Love is Blind. Like, I'm just not Love is Blind. All of this before Perfect Match. I'm just at a loss. So obviously we're going to see their love story unfold on Perfect Match. Now, what makes me nervous is shout out to the Reality Receipts podcast with Ashley and Storytime with Ricky. They talk about how they've heard some tea through the grapevine that allegedly on Perfect Match this season that Amber AD was sort of like drugged through the mud a little bit by Olly, and that he sort of screwed her over a bit, was interested in other girls. And I hope that if that's true, I hope that they don't show us that. I think that would be disrespectful. I think that would be stressful during her pregnancy. Now, here's the next thing to talk about. AD's announcement comes after her interview that she did with Tyler. Let's go to AD's profile for a second. Now, AD posted this 4 days ago. Okay. So there is some speculation that her PR team said, okay, let's go ahead and share this after she had a lot of criticism on her interview and not being prepped for her interview, or like being privy to all of the information before she sat down and talked with Ashley. I could see both sides. I could see so many sides to this situation. I could see potentially her PR team saying, okay, we have this news to share. We've been waiting to figure out when to share it. Let's share it now. Because it will at least change the comments that you're getting, and it'll hopefully bring like some more followers before this upcoming season of Perfect Match. I could see that. I could also see somehow the Kinetic producers thinking, okay, we have had 2 divorces for our shows announced in the last week. We're waiting. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. Like, there's been no solid proof that Lydia and Milton have been actually together. I don't really want to say that because I want to give Lydia space to grieve. I know that she just lost her father. My heart goes absolutely out to her. So I'm not trying to throw any like additional gossip her way, but that's just a general observation. We haven't really seen them posting together. She posted to her Instagram stories and said, yes, me and Milton are still together. Please stop messaging to ask me. So I'm going to do what she said and give them privacy. But it just seems like the couples at the Love is Blind franchise, with the exception of Brett and Tiffany, Lauren and Cameron, and Kwame and Chelsea, it seems like they're not doing so well. Okay. So it would also make sense to me that after having that news, that the network would like to drop positive news. Another possibility is that because AD is on camera, that she may start to look differently, and they want to be able to explain that while she's on camera for this podcast. Like, I think it's in partnership with Kinetic. We know that she's going to be interviewing people. There's a lot of Netflix shows that'll be dropping this summer, so it could be because of that. So like preemptively kind of breaking the news. It could also be like, and this is a conspiracy, but it could also just be as simple as the word got out. It could just be as simple as word got out. She's going to these doctor's appointments. She has to be seen so that she can do the sonogram. Like, it is just entirely probable that this news was being leaked. It was going to come out, and rather than let it show up through a tabloid and then them have to confirm it, they would rather go forward and share it themselves, which could coincide with her recent podcast episode. Like, yes, coincidental, but that's the way the world works sometimes. The world makes no sense, and it also has no sense of your timeline. Just because your life may be difficult right now, well, the world will pile on to that sometimes. So it could just be as simple as like, this information got leaked and they would rather tell it themselves. Now, when does Perfect Match come out? That's what we're all curious about, right? So let's see. Okay, summer of 2025. It does not say when. We have not gotten a release date on that. My guess is that it's going to be sometime in July. So as Perfect Match comes out, I'm obviously going to be recapping that. Let me know what everybody is thinking. Oh, also, if I didn't say this, obviously, congratulations to AD and Olly. Her pregnancy announcement was absolutely beautiful. I hope she's able to go through her pregnancy with like peace and privacy. I hope that the podcast isn't too much stress for her. Their child will be absolutely beautiful. the way that they shared both news of their engagement, relationship, pregnancy, all of it was very beautiful. So shout out to them. I think that that's all of the news that I really wanted to talk about. We still have not gotten the Love Island US season 7 cast yet. However, it is May 26th and we are supposedly getting it on May 27th. So if we get it May 27th, I'll be back, rain or shine, to discuss that. I'm also going to be working on some sort of like premiere game that we can play together, whether it's Love Island bingo or some sort of drinking game, or I just put together some sort of like snack ideas. I want to put together something fun that we can participate in virtually. So make sure you come back for my Love Island coverage. And I hope that all of you have an amazing Memorial Day weekend.